In this video, I'm going to share with you how I trade the crash and bull market and how I'm able to predict the future price movement. Okay, now I'm going to start with the crash 500 index and go straight into the chart. Okay, so right now what we are seeing here is that on average one drops occurs in price series every 500 ticks. Okay, they said on average. All right, now the first step I want to do right now is to take a look at the market condition, how the price has been going previously on the market. Right now we can see here that the price has sold up to this point. Okay, so the market chart has been following a bearish pattern up to this oversold. All right, and we can see that the market bought up to this point and now it's retesting. So what this market is doing right now is going upwards and it's going downwards. All right, the market is going upwards and it's going downward. Okay, so now we have seen this. Now the first step, I'm going to check the 1 hour time frame. All right, the 1 hour time frame. So I want to zoom in a little bit so that we can see. Okay, now the best time frame for you to confirm entries is mostly on the hourly time frame. I normally use the 1 hour time frame once I want to confirm my entries. Okay, now first off, I want to draw my pattern line here, which is this structure line right now. So I'll draw it from here and I'm going to end it to this point right now. Okay, so now I've ended this point here, so we can see that this market bought here and it sold up to this point. All right, so what's the next step? The market is going to buy, right? It's going to go on a bullish pattern because this market just went on the bearish on the previous trend. So the next step is for the market to go upwards on the bullish pattern, right? Just as we can see right here. Okay, now if we go back to the 1 minute time frame here, we can see that price just dropped down drastically. You can see price just dropped down right here, and mainly you want to scalp this market taking advantage of small price movement, right? So what we do is that you invite indicators into your chart. All right, you can't scalp this market without indicators. You can't scalp the crash 500 market without the use of indicators. All right, you're going to end up with a losing trade if you do that. So now what I'm going to do right now is to go over to my indicator section. I'm going to put on the relative strength index indicator. So I already have all my parameters set up here. Period. I'm going to put the period on 14 while apply to close. Then this level I prefer using the level of 90 and the level of 10 so that I can see the overbought and the oversold region clearly on my phone, right? So the style, I'm going to put it on 4 pixel. Why? The color, I'm going to put it on red. Then this middle line here, I'm going to put this pattern there. Then I'll click on done. All right, then the style right here as well, I'm going to put it on 4 pixels so that I can see the trend line clearly. Why? I'm going to put the color on blue and the straight line pattern, which is this first one right here. Then I would click on done. Okay, now perfect. Now you can see that we can clearly see the trend line clearly and big, right? Okay, now the second indicator which I'm going to use right here is the MACD. All right, now I'll put in the MACD into our chart. I'm going to put a fast EMA on 14. All right, do I the slow EMA? I'm going to use 24 and the MACD SMA is going to be on 10. All right, so the main is going to be on 4 pixels. All right, we want to make sure that we can see our trend line clearly and big, right? We put the other one on 4 pixels. The main, I'm going to use the color on black, while the signal, I'm going to use the color on red. All right, then this straight line pattern, which is the first trend line pattern here, so as you can see here. Then I would click on done. All right, now everything is perfect and the size here is big, but first let's confirm this trend line on the MACD. All right, the main, okay, the main is on 4 pixels, but it's a little bit, you know, small at this point. Okay, all right, perfect. Now remember, I told you guys that you can't scalp this market without the use of indicators. All right, so that you can clearly see a good entry point for either a buy or a sell. Okay, all right, see right here is this MACD and we can see it's on a downtrend, right? on the downtrend of this MACD, and I see that this market is on a downtrend, so this is not a good entry for me to place a buy. All right, since I want to scalp this market, I don't want to place a sell because I'm not cashing the spikes, right? I want to take few candlesticks from the market and take my profit, right? So this market right here is telling me that this MACD right here is telling me that the market is going to sell again, right? Just as you can see at this point, the market is going to sell right on the downtrend of the MACD. And if we trace it here from this point downwards, you can see that market started selling at this point here downwards to this point. So it's not a good entry point for a buy. Okay, so we're gonna wait for a good opportunity, but first let's check the 1 hour time frame again. Now on the 1 hour time frame here, what we're seeing here is the MACD is on a downtrend, right? And whenever there's a downtrend, the market would sell, just as we're seeing. So we're seeing the same pattern on the 1 minute time frame and on the 1 hour time frame. Sometimes on the 1 minute time frame, the MACD can be in an uptrend, while on the 1 hour time frame, the MACD can be on a downtrend, right? So we are not placing a buy. I'm not placing a buy at this point, because if I place a buy, the market would sell again and I will end up losing my trade. All right, so that's it, guys. So I'm going to check on the boom 500 index so that we can see if we can get a good and perfect entry position from that point, right? So we'll go over to the boom 500 index right now using the same setup. So we are on the boom market. All right, now you want to zoom out. The first thing you want to do is zoom out. That's how I always do. I zoom out of my trade. All right, so what we're seeing here is that price has gotten up to the overbought. So what's the next step? The market would sell, right? So we're seeing a possible sell entry at this point, though the market may buy again, because that's how boom and crash actually works. The market will sell for a particular period of time, then the market will buy. It will sell again, then it will buy. That's why scalping is the best method for you to trade this type of indices. All right, so now we'll go over to the 1 hour time frame just to confirm our entry, and we're going to zoom in a little bit just to check how this actually works for us. Okay, all right, we are on the 1 hour time frame right now, and we'll see that the market has bought up to this point. So the next step is for the market to sell again, and we see here the MACD is clearly telling us the market is at the overbought because it's at the level of 90. So whenever price get to the level of 90, whenever the MACD get to the level of 90, the market has gotten to the overbought, right? So the next step is for the market to sell, right? Just as we are seeing right here, this is at the overbought region, and we're seeing a possible sell entry. Okay, so this is the point where I would place a sell at the market, right? Going back to the 1 minute time frame right here, zoom in a little bit and we'll place our sell entry. Okay, I just placed a sell at this point, just as you can see right here. Okay, then we zoom in a little bit, then we scalp for 2 candlesticks, then after 2 candlesticks we exit the market. All right, because what I'm seeing here is that this market will buy a little bit. All right, but since I'm scalping this market, I want to be extremely careful so that I'll be able to get those 2 candlesticks for sure. All right, for sure, guys. So after the second candlesticks, I'm going to exit and take the profit from the trade. All right, so this is the first entry. All right, then wait for the second candlesticks to load, and after the second candlestick we exit. And I want you guys to know that sometimes when you place a sell on boom 500 index, if your mind tells you to exit the market even at a half point in time, you can do that, right? You don't need to wait. As far as your mind that tell you that exit this trade right now, if your instinct tell you to exit the trade, always exit the trade at that point. Okay, because you know crash and boom is a highly volatile market. All right, so after the candlestick I'm going to exit the trade and take those 2 profit from the market. Okay, so that's how you trade the crash and boom. Extremely careful, using a good amount of risk management technique on the trade. All right, so I'm going to place an exit for this trade right now. I'm going to close the trade, and we're taking our profit at about $1 profit. All right, so I just closed the trade and we've gotten $1 profit. Perfect. All right, so you see that I just made $1 from this trade in less than 5 minute, guys, on the boom 500 index. Perfect strategy, right? You see, trading, when you're trading on the crash and boom market, all you need is to be patient on the market, going little by little, right? That's how you literally make profit on this type of market. Okay, so let's assume that you have a smaller account, right? You have a smaller account. Let's say you have $100 account and you want to place your bet. Let's say you want to risk about, let's say you want to risk 20% of that trade. You have a $100 account and you put about $20 to for each entry point, and you take two candlesticks from that point. You know the amount of profit you're going to make, right? So you see that we just make two candlesticks and we make $1 from that trade entry. Okay, now let's go over to the boom, let's go over to the crash 500 index markets real quick. So go over to the crash 500 index markets. So what we're seeing here is that the MACD is still on the downtrend, right? Like I said, so we'll check the 1 hour time frame again. The market is still selling, so this is not a good entry point for either a buy or a sell. Okay, you don't want to place a sell, you don't want to place a buy at this point. So if you want to know how to get a good entry point for either a buy or a sell on the crash and boom market, you want to be trading these indices consistently so that you'll be able to know when price will buy and when price would sell. Okay, you want to be familiar on the market. Okay, so we're going to end this trade right here. So guys, if you found value in this video that I just shared with you guys, do well to like and subscribe to the channel, The Daily Forex, for more awesome trading tips and strategies.